All right guys, beautiful day out here in Michigan. Now let me tell you, the ZR. All right guys, a nice day out here in Michigan. The Nikon ZR, I'm talking about that today just for a minute because I mentioned this in a previous video. You gotta understand how much, if you add all these things in that you're saving, this is why this is next level, guys. All right, so you got the bigger screen. It's 1 inch, most people use like the 5-inch monitors, right? So you got a 5-inch monitor that you normally use. Okay, so this has a 4-inch monitor built in, 1000 nits, higher resolution than any other mirrorless camera. So let's say if that's good enough, you don't need another monitor, then that'll save you $300 right there. $200, $300. Now, then you take a look at the 32-bit float recording. Now, I was thinking it doesn't really make a big deal for me in particular because I don't really, didn't think I'd really use it. But the thing is, you don't have to buy a 32-bit float microphone. You buy any microphone, any lavalier, and you plug it into that because it's internal, right? So you plug that in, you have a cheap $20 microphone. But because of what's built into the Nikon ZR, you have 32-bit float, which means you can push and pull the audio files. Think of it like going from 8-bit to like, S-Log or N-Log or V-Log or whatever, right? You're gonna get so much more information so you can push and pull the audio so the things don't clip, all right? So that's something to consider. So I'm like, you know what, that's a big deal. That's a big deal actually, because now you don't have to worry so much about your level. So I'm on the DJI Action 5 Pro right now, and it looks like I'm hitting the red a little bit on here. So I kind of am thinking about that, like, is it gonna clip? But I think it'll be fine. But you don't have to worry about it. You pretty much don't have to worry about your levels for your audio on the Nikon ZR. You don't have to spend, again, here we go, how much is the top handle? Anywhere between $300 to $500. So between that and the monitor, you're saving $700, $800. And it depends, if you get the Atmos, talking about $400 or $500, you could save, between the two of them, you'd save $900, $800 to $1,000 if you wanted to go higher end to really get better than what you have. But it's already got the 32-bit float built in. So between the monitor, which is better than any other one on the market right now, and the 32-bit float, let's say you take $700 off the price. Now you're talking a $1,500 camera, right? Like, built in a portable, smaller camera. And now I just saw another overheating test, all right? This guy did an overheating test in the sun, right? It was probably only in 80s, but it wasn't like 90s and above, but it was in the 80s at least. We were getting there in these tests, but nobody's been able to really test it to the extreme. But on that test, he did, the first one was a red raw, 24 frames per second, and he did that until the battery ran out. It was like 2 hours and 15 minutes. And it did not overheat. Not a warning, it stayed decently cool. Then he ran it at 6K60 raw, red raw, and then that one went an hour in like 10, 15 minutes at 6K60, and it did not overheat. Didn't even get a warning. And he still had it on standard. Now I'm like, wait a minute. If you can get that on standard in the 80s, without even going into high, man, imagine if this thing comes out and it doesn't overheat. And from what I've seen, other than one, I think it was Potato Jet or whoever, he put it in an oven. And okay, that's not realistic, but from what I see, I haven't seen one that said it overheated yet. I haven't. I've watched like every video on this thing. But I'm gonna do my test on it. I'm gonna put it out in the hot sun, as hot as I can get it up here in Michigan. But today it's in the 80s. It's actually like warmer here than I think it is in California right now, which is insane. It never happens. But it's like mid to high 80s here, so that's awesome. But for me, I'm looking forward to this camera because I'm like, this is cool because it's smaller, it's compact, and it doesn't overheat. It's like the ZVE1 and almost like the S9 kind of mixed together without overheating. It won't have the stabilization of an S9, okay, but it will have IBIS at least for the basic stuff and for photos. So at least it has it, even though it's not going to be the best. I mean, let's not be honest. Let's not say Nikon has industry-leading IBIS, because we know for a fact it doesn't, and we know Lumix reigns supreme on that. There's just no debate about that. But Sony's isn't that great either, honestly. But at least it has IBIS, right? It's at least as good as the FX2. They're at least on par, right? And you're $800 less now. If you look at my last video, $3,000 for an FX2. I'm like, no. I would have even considered it just because I like the sensor, but not for that. That's just way out of the league. But anyway, and like, what is possible with like this camera has not even come out yet. So what's going to be possible with the firmware updates? Nikon's pretty good at updating their cameras. Look what they did with the Z8, and they still kept it relevant. So the Z6 III had some good updates, and the cinema, it's got shutter angle. I mean, this might be a great camera, guys. But they're all great. Like, look at this, guys. The DJI Action 5 Pro. You can do a vlog on this, guy. You don't have to go spend all that much money. You can do a vlog on this. As you can see, it works just fine. I'm using the DJI mini mic, right? The same one I did in my last video. It showed that it auto connects to the Sony with the adapter. It auto connects to my Action 5. So you got the little action camera and the little mic right here. And it's just quick and easy and efficient, and you'll have a little bit better audio than going out what's on the camera. So winner, chicken dinner. So out and about, and just like the Pocket 3, so I can interchange this little mic with the Pocket 3 or with this. So if DJI actually does come out with a mirrorless camera, wow, dude, that's gonna be awesome. Awesome. I think I had some smudgies on my lens, so it might have been a little foggy. But let me know your thoughts of the Nikon ZR. I'm looking forward to it. As far as the price range goes, I think it's, for what you're getting, I think it's worth it. Like one of the few cameras that are actually worth what you're gonna pay, in my eyes, are the Nikons right now. If you're more into photography, then the Z6 III is awesome, guys. I had that camera. And I wasn't 100% loving the autofocus. I mean, it was fine. It was just, for me, it was just like, I don't use it for pictures anyways, and I'm like, let's try something new. So I sold that to try, to get my S1 too. And I love that camera, and that's great. It's never overheated on me, but I want something a little more compact and portable, but also that won't overheat. And there's really not anything out there right now that's small, like the A7C II. All the Sonys, the little ones, are gonna overheat. Even the S9, people say, well, it will. Again, you can do the fan trick, but if you don't have to, and it's, it works great, and you don't have to worry about overheating, that's a bonus. Like that's what people have been waiting for. A small, portable, compact camera that won't overheat. I could use it to film church sermons and that kind of thing. So I'm kind of looking forward to it, getting my hands on it and giving it a shot, and kind of getting into the Nikon system. But all right, guys, let me know in the comments below what you think. Is this overhyped nonsense? Is this camera going to be a joke, or you think it'll be a great camera? I think it'll be a good camera, honestly. It's something different though, and the screen is the main thing for me. It's kind of like a Nikon red and a little bit of red, little baby red, little bit of red, little bit with a little bit of ZV-1 mixed in too. So you got kind of a triangular mixture thing. It's kind of interesting. But the monitor I'm looking forward to, because these eyes ain't what they used to be, guys. These eyes ain't what they used to be. To see what you're looking at, it would help to have that 4-inch screen. All right, guys, we'll talk to you later. Have a great day. Bye.